Good morning, students. In the last lecture, we had seen the contents of the industrial engineering subject. Unit wise, we had seen it. From today onwards, we will be touching to the different points of this uh, unit number one, considering the examination which are declared, which is declared by the Pune University, Savitribai Phule Pune University. Okay, so let us start our discussion on unit number one. Basically, if we discuss about the industrial engineering, so if we want to define it, it is defined as it is concerned with the design, improvement, and installation of an integrated system of people, material, information, equipment, and energy. Are you getting it? This definition has wider meaning to it. So, in most of the times, if we are discussing about the industry, very first in your mind, you will be thinking of an shop floor. As a mechanical engineer, shop floor is the uh, area which comes in our mind immediately when we are talking about an industry, isn't it? Then, if we talk about industrial engineering, then immediately next thing comes in our mind is that there are some people who are doing and design work, maybe with the help of any sort of software package, say a 2D software, say a 3D software. It can be an AutoCAD, it can be a ProE, it can be a CATIA, it can be Unigraphics. Group of people are sitting on computer, they are designing it, and whatever they are doing, that comes under industrial engineering. This is what is our thinking is. Okay, and what we can call it as an this is a very narrow sort of in thinking. It is so. It is not that part only. Industrial engineering, it is an really a wide concept, isn't it? Because people from the industry don't do only manufacturing, don't do only design. There are other many more aspects of the industry which are highlighted over here in this particular definition. If you go through the definition, each and every aspects which industry has, it is being highlighted. So what it is concerned, it is related with the design. Yes, of course, design is the basic parameter. Whatever part, whatever thing we are going to design or we are going to manufacture, it has to be designed first. If it is designed, then there are certain areas where we need to improve upon, isn't it? Once it is being improved, then there are where systems where plenty of integrated systems which needs to be installed. It can be machinery, it can be machine tools, needs to be installed for the manufacturing. Then various people's uh, integrated system is there, which needs to be installed, just like the, people who will be taking care of design part, people who will be taking care of the raw material procurement part, people who will be taking care of, say for example, actual manufacturing part, people who will be taking care of the post processing part, means hardening, uh, heat treatment or something like that. Then there will be people who will be doing the actual assembly of those manufactured part, and then our final finished product. Then there comes the packaging team, dispatch team, isn't it? Then in this system, the different materials needs to be uh, managed. The different materials needs to be procured so that final thing can be achieved. Different information needs to be collected during the design, during the equipment installation, machinery installation. Are you getting me? Plenty of energy needs to be channelized so that whole setup of an industry will come together in the process of manufacturing one product. So that is what is nothing but the industrial engineering, and it's so the industrial engineering is concerned with the design, improvement, and installation of integrated system of an people, material, information, equipment, and energy. So that is what is the broader aspect of this particular definition. I hope it is clear for you people. Or there in other, if you consider the example of it, let's say Tata. It is a big group which is manufacturing various products under this brand. So they have plenty of industries which is taking care of these all these products which are manufactured by Tata. So all these things will be taken care by them. It is an branch of an engineering that deals with the creation and management of the systems that integrate people, materials, and energy in the productive ways. Now, this is what is an important word, in a productive way. If the system is not channelized properly, then its productiveness will be questioned. So, all the things, all the inputs needs to be managed in a proper manner so that it will be more productive, isn't it? Industrial engineers determine the most effective way to use the basic factor of production, that is nothing but the people, machine, materials, information, and energy, to make a product or to provide a service. Now, here another part comes into the picture: to provide a service. So, if there is a service sector, say for an example, uh, if an garage is there, okay, so that comes under service, isn't it? But still, they can have the industrial the practices which are used by the industry in their particular system. So it determines the most effective way, or it is nothing but the most effective way to use the basic factors of the production. And which are those basic factors? people, machines, materials. We call it in 3M: man, machine, material, information, and energy, to make a good product or to give a good sort of an service. That is what the industrial engineering is. Then there are different areas where industrial engineering is being applied. Just now we had one example of an Tata Group where these industrial engineering things are being applied. In the similar thing, we do have industrial engineering application in the manufacturing industry, then in the finance, banking, and service industry, defense and in aerospace, information technology, healthcare, supply chain management, education and research, management stream, technical sales and marketing, energies, public services, and the manufacturing. So these are nothing but the areas where industrial engineering is going to be applied. Industrial engineering focus mainly on the project management, then manufacturing, production, and distribution, program management, ergonomics, or the different human factors, strategic planning, financial engineering, and the supply chain management. So these are the main areas where industrial engineering is being focused. Lots of contribution has been done by the Taylor and Gilbert in 1856 to 1915. So if we discuss about the functions of the management, then there are the different functions of the management. Very first is nothing but the planning, then organizing, next staffing, directing, motivating, controlling, coordinating, communicating. So these are nothing but the various functions of an management. So let's see one by one what exactly or what are the contents of it. So very first is planning. So it is nothing but the failure to plan is planning to fail. If we fail to plan, if each and everything is not planned accordingly, then we have already planned for the failure. So we need to plan it properly. That is what is the thing is organizing, determining, determining grouping of activities into manageable units, determination of an activity, then grouping of those particular activity so that it will be managed, isn't it? That is what is important. Then staffing, filling the positions needed in the organization. Means whatever we are going to manufacture or whatever we are going to do the servicing, for that particular reason staff needs to be procured or staff needs to be recruited so that all the positions are filled in the organization whenever it is needed. Okay, there needs to be appointment of an competitive faculties or the staffs which have quality, which have those basic requirements, which are qualified for that particular job. So these kinds of staff can be appointed in the different positions in the organization. Next is directing. Issue direction to subordinate to implement the different decisions taken by the management. So in this process, whatever the decisions are taken by the higher management, that has to be perceived, or that has to be uh, sent to the last person of an industry, last person of an organization. So for that thing, proper hierarchy needs to be there. Hierarchy needs to be maintained. So that decision needs to be percolated to the last person or to the different subordinates, isn't it? So we need to issue the direction to the subordinates to implement the whatever decisions which are taken by the management. Next comes the motivating. Inspiring people to intensify their desire. So whatever people are having their own desires, we need to inspire those things, isn't it? And they should be willing to perform effectively, and they should be able to cooperate each other. It is not the thing that if you are fulfilling your own desire, then you are harming somebody else. So it is not expected. What is expected is nothing but the you should be performing whatever your allotted task is in the most effective manner, and you should cooperate to your colleagues. That is what is the most important thing is. Then controlling. Setting standards, measuring actual performances, and taking corrective actions. By doing this, so quality can be assured. So, whatever the inputs we have got, whether it is as per the standards or not, that needs to be checked. And if it is not at, if it is not the as per the standards, then it has to be bended into the actual standard. So corrective actions to make it better, that needs to be taken, isn't it? Next is coordinating. In this particular task, or is nothing but the orderly arrangement of an group effort. In an industry, plenty of groups are operating, so they must be operated in a proper order so that the effectiveness of an industry will be there. And in the last, communicating. It is an transmission of an idea, instruction, thoughts, and information. Say for an example, if the decision is being uh, percolated to the subordinates, then if they have any sort of suggestion to the in the improvement of that particular system or in the product, then that idea transmission has to be there. If suppose is there any information which needs to be percolated from about a machine to the higher upper management, that needs to be transferred. Are you getting me? So whatever that idea or an thought process or an instruction or an information that worker is going to have, that needs to be percolated or shared in the upper management, so that it will be an effective way to do an industrial engineering. Okay, that's it for this particular lecture. We will discuss the next part in the next lecture. Thank you so much and all the best.